Information Committee. Welcome. Today we're bringing to you 5 candidates who are in uncontested races next week, May 16th. We have a town election, and we have 2 people who are running for the Monomoy Regional School Committee. We have 2 for the Brooks Free Library trustee, and 1 for Water Commissioner. And because these are uncontested races, we are doing a Meet the Candidate for you today so you can get to know them a little better. So when you cast your ballot next week, you'll know who you're voting for. And our first interview today is with Steve Craffey. Steve is running for one of the positions on the Monomoy Regional School Committee. And I'm joined here today with my colleague, Emily Milan. We both represent the Voter Information Committee. And Emily, you have the first question.
I do. Steve, can you tell us a little bit about why you're running for office?
Thank you, Emily. That would go on for about an hour and a half if I could go on, but I have to go back to when I was talking with my grandfather before he died. He said, "Stephen, I did not fight 7 tours in World War II and spend 6 months in a detention camp for you not to partake in democracy. You will not stand on the sidelines and watch. You will become part of it." So, throughout my days in college and after college, I've always volunteered to be on boards, committees, helped Republicans and Democrats, mostly Democrats, run for office. And this office was available, and I was hoping that people would run more than just myself, but I was the only one. So that's my short answer.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Steve. You know, the next question, and it's interesting, and thank you for sharing that story. The next question is, because this is specifically for the school committee, what experience and skills do you intend to bring to this particular position?
Well, it's actually a tough question because what can I bring? I'm not a teacher. I was not a superintendent or past principal. But I did have a learning disability in high school and elementary school, and through college I had services. I'm extremely dyslexic. And I feel that I can reach students that are having trouble graduating. And our rate of graduation was a little lower than I think the town would like, Chatham and Harwich. So I'd like to reach out to the students that are borderline graduating and try to give them a hand in finishing their degree.
And thank you for sharing that. And I also know, Steve, talking with you a little bit before the interview, your wife is a teacher at Harwich Elementary.
Yes.
So I would imagine that that weighs in because you've been around that type of environment. Would that be correct?
Yes, that's correct. And another thing is that my daughter had a speech delay. She's out running around the town hall right now, but she would be in here talking. She could not speak until she was a year and a half. She had intensive services by early intervention. They're wonderful, and I would like to, give them more if I could, and if the school board gives me the platform, I would do that.
Thank you for that. So that does weigh into your experience
Yes,
with your wife, your kids, and you as a parent.
Yeah.
Thank you. So Emily, you've got the next question.
So in addition to some of those things that you've mentioned so far, what is it that you hope to accomplish during your term?
Well, I took a little bit of time and went and talked to the people of Harwich. I think I knocked on 653 doors, to be exact. And I spoke with them, and there was a few things that came up. The low graduation rate, which could have been skewed by numbers, and then, honestly, 2 people were very upset about the graduation numbers, and that the principal had put the blame on learning disabled students. I said that probably wasn't the case. I was going to look into it, but that was a little heart-wrenching because the lady was actually crying because she couldn't believe that in the newspaper it said the numbers are off because of learning disabled students and doing a 5th year, and they were to blame for the low graduation rate. And I don't know if that's true, but it's something that I'd like to get to the bottom of. Another thing was the retention rate with students living in town. They would like to know if there could be an exit interview. A couple of people asked that. So those are 2 things that I would like to do right away, is figure out if there's going to be an exit interview for students or even teachers that are taking early retirement. Because the teachers that are taking early retirement, we're losing them. We're losing experienced teachers to early retirement.
Thank Thank you for sharing that. Now, Steve, is there anything else that you would like, the viewers to know about this position for you?
I will be passionate about the job. I'm looking forward to it. I was not able to make it to the meetings because my wife was taking classes up in Boston, but I've watched them all on TV. Education is the most important thing to me and my family, and I hope that I can make that clear to everybody when I'm on the board.
Excellent. Thank you, Steve. And again, that's Steve Craffey, who is running for the Monomoy Regional School Committee. You'll see his name on the ballot on May 16th. And thank you again, Steve. And we have another candidate coming right up.